Hi guys. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you feel pretty good or pretty comfortable with getting common denominators, right? So, which is awesome. So now we're going to show how we would get or how we would solve a problem rather that maybe doesn't work. I'm going to show you an example, hopefully, if I can think of one fast enough. Okay, so let's try 1/2 minus, actually let's do this, 1 1/2, sorry, so it's going to be mixed numbers, minus 3/5, okay? So however you're going to get common denominators, we would go ahead and do that. I would do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I know this is times 5 and this is times 2, okay? Or I would just do 2 times 5 and 5 times 2. But I kind of like this method since I've learned it now. 5 times 1 is 5, 3 times 2 is 6. So I'm just going to rewrite. I keep my whole number where it is and I bring it down. Many, many times we forget these poor whole numbers. We cannot forget our poor babies. Those are the ones in the house. We can't forget them, okay? Now I write my numerator and I write my denominator. Watch the sign. Okay, so 5 and 6, and my numerator, and my denominator is going to become 10. So again, just to show you what I did, I'll do it over here. I had 1 1/2 minus 3/5. Okay, I could have done times 5 times 5 times 2 times 2, and then I would have had 1 5/10 minus 6/10. Or the other way I could have done it, which is the way I did it, I'm going to show you one more time, is 5 times 1 is 5, 3 times 2 is 6, 10. That's going to equal 1. Don't forget your whole number. 5, that's 5. Okay? Now, let's go back to the problem. These are both ways I did it. I have 5/10. Can I take away, oops, I don't have a line. Can I take away 6? I have 5. Can I take away 6? No, I can't. I don't have enough, okay? So I have to borrow or regroup. Well, who in the world can I borrow from? I can borrow from the house, okay? Now this house, I'm gonna make 0, okay? I'm gonna borrow a whole house of people. In this house, I have some people living. It's not just one person. In this house, I have 10 people living because think about it. This 1 that I have over here is the same as saying 10 over 10 because it took 10 people to make that house in that neighborhood. Each fraction tells you how many people it takes to make that house. In this case, it takes 10 out of 10, okay, because that's how many rooms there were in the apartment. So I'm going to add a whole 10 back to this. I'm not just going to put a 1 in front because it's not always going to be a 1. So now I'm going to rewrite my problem. I have no houses, so I don't have to do that. And I have 15 people. Now let's just look at this fraction. I made 15/10. I originally had 1 5/10. They're equivalent. The way I know that is that it took 10 people. Let's see, 10/10 plus 5/10 equals 15/10, correct? So, in fact, they are they're definitely equivalent. Okay? So now I can subtract. I have 15, can I take away 6? Yes, now I can without stealing. 9/10. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna try a couple more. Okay, let's try 2 1/3 minus I can't think, Mrs. Nickerson. 3/4. Okay? Yeah, that'll work. So I could get common denominators. I'm always going to show both methods so you feel comfortable. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16. I'm going to stop and try the next one. 4, 8, 12. Oops, there's a match. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I would do 3 times 4. If I do it to the denominator, I have to do it to the numerator. 4 times 3, if I do it to the denominator, I have to do it to the numerator. I'm going to write my problem directly below, not forgetting my whole number. I usually try to box that out so I don't forget it, like a house. It's my little house. Oh, isn't that so cute? What a cute house. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. I don't have a house on this one, so 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Uh-oh, I can't do it. Why? I have 4. Can I take away 9? Not unless you want to go to jail for stealing or going into debt. So no, I can't. So I have to borrow. Not stealing, I'm just borrowing. I'm going to take a whole house of people and move them back into the apartment. So now I only have one house. One house. I'll put the chimney on this side this time. Not a very pretty house. Okay. How many people lived in that house? Well, let's look. How many people does it take to live in the apartment? 12. Once I get 12, I have a full house. So that means I'm not going to add 10 to this. I'm going to add 12. Okay, again, where did I get 12 from? The denominator tells me how many people I'm stealing from the house. Okay, whatever the denominator is, tells me how many people to steal from the house. So now I'm going to rewrite it. I could write it below or next. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to not forget my whole number, 1. And now I have 16. 12 plus 4 is 16 twelfths. Now you can see I'm very crowded in this apartment right now because I've got more people in there than rooms. But that's okay. We can be crowded. Maybe we like to have a good party in there, all of us. Okay, now 16 minus 9 is 7 twelfths. 1 and 7 twelfths is my final answer. I always write my whole number first so I don't forget it. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other way. Same numbers, just using the I guess we could call it the cross multiplication method. I don't really know what it's called, but I like it. Oh, nope, it was 2. It was 2 and 1/3 minus 3/4. Okay? So I'm going to not worry about the whole number right now. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. Now I'm going to rewrite it below or next to it, doesn't matter. Don't forget my 2. I have 2. 4, 9. You see where I get those numbers from? The denominator was 12 for both of them. Uh-oh, I have 4. Can I take away 9? Not unless I want to get in trouble. So I'm going to steal. Well, I'm going to borrow. I'm going to borrow from my house over here and make it just to one house again. Make my little house so I don't forget it. Okay, I have 1. How many people lived in that house? It was a pretty big house. It had 12 people. My denominator tells me. I don't just change this number. I write like that and then I rewrite it. It does not take a lot of effort to rewrite the problem. 12 plus 4 is 16. My denominator stays 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. My house comes over. Denominator stays 12. Minus. This one didn't change. 9 twelfths. Equals. House goes first. 16 minus 9 is 7. Denominator stays the same. 12. House. 12 plus 4 was 16. Denominator stays 12. Take away 9 twelfths. 7 twelfths. Okay? Go ahead and try these problems and see how you do. It doesn't matter if there's 2 houses, if there's a house for both of them, it really doesn't matter. The same thing is true. If you don't have enough, remember you can't change the order. If you don't have enough in the first house or the first apartment to take away the people in the other apartment, you can't do it. You have to borrow. So let's try these problems and then come show me and see how you did. Let's try 3. And if I borrow from this, I'm going to make it 2, remember? 3 and 1/2 minus 3/4. And actually, I'm going to show you one more just in case, okay? Because I don't want to mess you up. I'm going to do 1 and 1/4. 1 and 3/4. Woo. Okay, so we're going to try this one more time. I'm just going to do this method because it's faster. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 8. Okay, now I'm going to rewrite it. Don't forget my house is 3. Okay, 4. I just wrote my whole numbers. I wrote my symbol. I'm going to circle my symbol. And I'm going to write my numerators. See where I got that so far? 1 times 4 was 4, 4. 2 times 3 was 6, 6. And I always write them up top, and then I rewrite them. 2 times 4 is 8. Denominators stay the same. Uh-oh, I have 4. Can I take away 6? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to borrow. I'm going to borrow from this guy. I'm going to make him 2. Well, I'm going to make it bigger than that, 2. I always make my houses really big, okay? My big number's big. I don't try to make them small. I try to make them twice the size of the fraction or the whole size of the fraction so that I can see it's a whole number and it's not part of the fraction. How many people lived in that house that I just took out? 8. 8 people. So now I'm going to rewrite it. My whole number, 8 plus 4 is 12. The denominator is 8. My minus symbol. See how I'm tapping? 2, 2, 8 plus 4, 12, 8, 8, minus, minus. I keep that whole number. Now I have 12. Can I take away 6? Yes, I can. But first I'm going to do, sorry, I'm going to write down here. I'm going to do my whole numbers. 2 minus 1 is 1. I don't want to forget. 12 minus 6 is 6. My denominator stays the same. 1 6/8. Okay? All right, now you're going to try a couple practice problems. Let's try 2 2/5 minus 1 3/4. Okay, that's problem number 1. Problem number 2. 3 3/7 minus, I'm trying to think, sorry guys, 1/2. Okay. And one more. 5, we'll do a big one. 5 Mrs. Nickerson should have had these ready. 4 ninths minus, actually, that won't work. Changing it, sorry. 5 2/9 minus 1 2/3. Okay? Okay, so these are your 3 problems. I want you to try those and come show me. If you get stuck, go back and watch the video, okay? If you still get stuck, come ask me. All right, good luck.